Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. I'm also 48 years old and currently going through perimenopause. I'm right in the middle of my perimenopause journey. And it has not been an easy journey, which I will share with you soon, but I'm still in the middle of figuring this all out. So stay tuned here. Now in today's video, I will have to tell you, is a very long video because I filmed a full-on get ready with me from skincare to makeup. We're testing some new products and we're playing around with my skincare with certain things. So it is a longer video. So I really hope that you will stay for the full video. Give me a thumbs up right now, please. It's free to you and really helps me. And leave me a comment down below if you find anything helpful in this video. If you want to support my channel and you don't feel like leaving a comment, please leave me an emoji of your choice. I love pink hearts, and that shows me that you're really paying attention to me. So we have a lot of new products today in this video, and I'm excited about a lot of them, mainly my Chantecaille and my Numbuzzin products. I love Chantecaille Beauty. I really hope someday that I get on their PR list because I have spent an obscene amount of money on their products lately, and they are my favorite complexion products as of right now. I love that they're formulated for those of us with sensitive skin in mind. They're fragrance free with their foundations and their concealers. And that's the thing that I love about these Numbuzzin number 9 products too, is that they are fragrance free too. So for those of you who are sensitive to fragrance, these are amazing, beautiful skincare products. Everything that I use in this video today, I have actually, it's been a few hours since I filmed this video, and I really love everything that I've tried in this video, and I will tell you that as a teaser. So I really hope you enjoy this get ready with me. I will tell you, I'm a little bit out there, as you know, I didn't get much rest this week, and Saturdays are my rest day. And I didn't rest that much today. I kind of was a little bit lazy, had a hard time, getting around and everything. I still worked out and, took Misha for a walk and everything. But for me to get going today, since I had such a long, hard week, it was tough. And Saturdays are usually my rest day. That's my lazy day. But I knew I wanted to get a video up. And then tomorrow I have a bunch of chores that I have to do. And I know I'm not going to be able to get a video up tomorrow. And I'm not saying this for you guys to feel sorry for me, but I'm putting it out there because there's a lot of you that still want me to do more than what I can. And it's really hard because I work full-time outside of here. This is not my full-time job. As you see, I don't do paid or sponsored content. I've done 2 of those, and that was maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I did that. And after those 2 videos, I stopped it because I did not feel good about it. And since I have not done any paid or sponsored content like every other person has on here, and I will not do that going forward, as that is not why I'm here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sending you all so much love and light, and don't forget to give me a like. Subscribe if you're new here, and leave a comment down below because they are all for free and really help me grow my channel. Mwah. Aloha everyone, and welcome to this Get Ready With Me. So we got a lot of new products to play with in this video, and in case I didn't say it in the beginning, this is going to be a long video. So we're gonna play today, okay? So I grabbed my Skin Buddy because I want to try something with this today. Now I am red because I just finished doing the Glymed Plus Oxygen Deep Pore Mask. It's my Saturday mask. So I'm going to play around with skincare today because I do have some new products. My Numbazin NAD plus Bio Lifting Sil Essence serum came in. So I used this yesterday and it is absolutely stunning. But I also got a couple of other new skincare products. So this is from YSE. So YSE is Molly Sims brand. Molly Sims is a model and actress, and she came out with her skincare line. And a lot of people have been saying wonderful things about this line. So I reached out to them and they sent me two products. They sent me their Take It Off Gel Oil Cleanser. And this is what it looks like. It's really, really pretty. It is a glass bottle. And when you take this out, it does feel like a gel oil. You rub it into the skin. It's not runny. And then you use water to emulsify it and remove it. Now this does leave a film behind on the skin. This couldn't be a one and done cleanser for me. They say that you can use this as a first cleanse and your second cleanse, but not for me because of that film that it leaves behind. It will cause issues with the rest of my products penetrating. It is nice. Now it is fragrance free, but there is passion fruit extract in here, and you can smell a little hint of it in here. And I've tried this twice now, and I'm still on the fence about this. I tried it last night as my first cleanse, and I tried it this morning because I got my rest of my Chantecaille order in, and I haven't been able to play with the products. So we're gonna play with some of them today. So I got their Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Vanilla. And I woke up this morning and I put this on to take Misha for a walk. Of course, I wanted to cleanse it off before I got into the shower, so I used this to remove it. This is a very nice product, but as a first impression, this wouldn't be a main foundation for me. This would be something where I just want something quick and gives me a little bit of color and mineral sunscreen of SPF 15. It leaves a nice sort of luminous finish on the skin, but it's not too luminous. Still love the Future Skin foundation. So I also picked up the Chantecaille Cushion Foundation. So we're gonna try that today along with their concealer and the gold sheer glow tint. Now the other product I have from YSC is their vitamin C serum. So this is called their morning cocktail, and this has 3 forms of vitamin C in it, and I believe there is some azelaic acid in here too. Doesn't list the percentages, but the second ingredient besides, so you have water, you have tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate, there is glycerin, niacinamide, squalane, ascorbic acid, sodium hyaluronate, ascorbyl methacryl pentacate, which is another form of vitamin C. You have gold, glutathione, rice bran extract, sunflower leaf extract, vitamin E, arginine, that's tetrasodium glutamate. So that's the standouts that I could point out in the ingredient deck. So this caught my interest because a lot of people say that they really like this because it has the THD in it, but it's in a serum form. It's like a creamy serum. So I wanted to try this and see how it is because I'm on the hunt for a vitamin C serum. It's $85 for this for 30 ml. So it's quite pricey, but it's still under $100 because it's really hard to find a THD serum that is under $100 that is not an oil form. So I pulled out my Lemieux O2 Oxygen Infuser, and I thought, you know what? Let's try it with the Numbazin number 9 Glowy Toner and see how that goes, because You know, Lemieux has their toners and essences that you could use with this. They recommend it with the glow one. I can't remember the name of it, but the ones that I don't think you could use in this are going to be definitely the Tier Original and the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Probiotic Essence, but you could use the Anua Glowy Rice Milk Toner in there, the 70 plus. So let's load this up, and today I'm going to forego my Atour Definitive Lifting Toner because I want to try this as a toner, mist it onto my skin, infuse it, and then go in with the rest of my skincare. So I'm kind of going through this revamp of my skincare. So I'm just going to fill this up to that first line, and you have to make sure after you use this that you rinse everything out and spray it with hot water, because if you don't, this is going to clog your O2 mister. I figured let me try it and we can report back. So I'm going to turn it on and let's get going. Let me set my thing and let's see how this works. Okay, here we go. Feels really good. Figured maybe we could use this as a first step because these glowy toners are supposed to help your other products penetrate into the skin. And I know a lot of you have purchased this on my recommendation, the Lemieux O2 infuser, and you're like wondering other ways of how you can use it. Well, this is one. And this is going to really help get this toner into the skin and hopefully not inhibit our Calisum matte cream from penetrating the skin. Okay, we're all done with that. And you know what I forgot to do is I forgot to put the lid on it. So now what I'm just gonna do is I'm just going to press this all over my skin. Now, for these Numbuzin number 9 products, I will tell you that they have a lot of fatty acids in them. So if you do have acne-prone skin, I don't think that they would be right for you. But if you have oily skin, you can definitely use these. These are super, super hydrating, and they don't cause me to get oily whatsoever. Wow, that is actually a really nice way to use that toner. See, all full of ideas. My ideas are just peeking out. All right, so now let's go into my Calisum products. So first I'll go in with my eye cream, and I will just keep you guys posted on how this goes. We are going to use the Numbuzin number 9 serum today. And that's going to be our step right before our prequel half and half. Let's see, hopefully this won't interfere with the Calisum from penetrating the skin, since there is some oils in this glowy toner. But again, it's supposed to help with product penetration, so let's test it out. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my Calisum MAC cream, and I figured, you know what, Calisum MAC is very expensive. It's the least expensive from the growth factors, in my opinion, and it's my favorite. But let me try this and report back to you guys, because if it doesn't work, I don't want you to waste any money. To where, for me, it's okay, because, you know, like Calisum just recently sent me a replenishment of my products, so I can test it for you all the different ways instead of you wasting your money, okay? And I'm gonna be trying this out for the next, you know, few weeks and working with it if everything goes well today, and I will keep you guys updated and let you know if I find that this is really effective and it works, and a new way for you to incorporate these products into your skincare routine. Okay, so I have that pressed into my skin really, really well. Okay, so I'm gonna test out another thing here is for my Photozyme serum. I'm gonna test this out, and for the time being, I'm going to use this just at night unless I know there's gonna be a day that I'm going to be out in the sun a lot, because my sunscreen has DNA repair enzymes in it, so I put this on every day, rain or shine. So we'll use this at night because the DNA repair enzymes do help repair the damaged DNA from the sun. But if I find that I'm having issues with my actinic keratosis coming back up, then I will switch to using this both morning and night. Now, I'm still going to incorporate my Circadia carnosine, counter AGE serum into my routine, because this is great for preventing glycation and helps break up glycation in the skin. So I'm still going to use this both morning and night. Even though the Numbuzin products are full of peptides, you can still use your regular peptide serums. But with the Numbuzin, because there's so many ingredients in them, that I'm sure like the peptides in there are only at 1%. Now there are growth factors. There's copper peptides in the Numbuzin number 9 products. There's glutathione in there. There's vitamin C, but you have to think that it's all at low percentages. So, oh, you know what? I didn't do the thing I was going to do with the My Skin Buddy. I was going to use it, spray the glow toner over my lips, and then put it on setting 1 with the gentle heat vibration and work it into my lips to see if it will plump. We'll try that another time because I don't want this video to be too long. It's gonna be long no matter what because we're doing skincare and a full face of makeup, but I'm also short on time and I still have to smooth out my hair. So, all right, so there is my Circadia Counter AGE serum for glycation. Now, I normally would go in with the XO 8. This is the Vital Restorative Elixir, but I ran out of this one. I do have another bottle of this. I'm not going to open it up just yet because I'm gonna use the YSC vitamin C in place of this. This is my antioxidant serum. So we're gonna test out the YSC. If the YSC doesn't work out for me, then I may open that new bottle that I have of that, or I may order the Numbuzin vitamin C serum. So I wanna start getting into Korean skincare because it's really affordable and the technology and their formulations are just unbeatable for the price. We're so behind here in the US, even with the medical grade skincare. So, you know, I was looking at some of the active serums and with all the ingredients in them, that it's just really such a great value and they're highly effective. And that's why people love K-Beauty. The affordability, the technology, they're beyond us here in the US, and the results that they see in their skin. And people who have sensitive skin, who can't use like your traditional vitamin C's, your retinols, they can use it in Asian skincare brands because Asians mostly all have sensitive skin. Their outermost layer of their skin is sensitive, so they get usually harsh reactions to most actives like breakouts, really sensitive, dry, irritated skin. And the same thing goes for African Americans. They also have their outermost layer of their skin is sensitive and they usually cannot use your traditional actives in skincare. So just a little fact there. Now we're gonna go in with the morning cocktail vitamin C serum. I did a test patch of this on my neck last night and I didn't have any reaction. Here it is. And this is a very nice light serum. And 2 pumps goes a long way. My face is pretty red today. Right before I did that, right before I jumped in the shower, I did my vibration plate. And so all my circulation is going through my body. When I woke up this morning, I felt like I got hit by a train, and sometimes you feel that way when you're going through perimenopause, at least I do. So today I was going to film a Q&A video. I put up a post last week for you guys to ask me questions, and only 4 people participated. So I'm gonna leave it here. I would love to do a Q&A video for you guys. And so leave your comments down below if you have questions you want me to answer, or go back to the post in the post area of my channel. And I'll put a picture of what it looks like here, and put your questions there you want me to answer. Now, I really like the way that this feels on the skin. It feels really, really good. It's an emulsion, so you do feel it, but it's very light, and it feels really smooth on the skin. Now, my only thing with everything that we're doing today is I hope I don't get peeling. So yesterday for my skincare routine, it was very, very simple. I woke up super late. I slept through my alarm and I didn't have time to get ready for work. So I did my skincare really quickly. What I did is I went in with the Numbuzzin number 9 toner and then my calcium eye cream, and then I threw the essence on top, the Pre-Cool half and half, my sunscreen, and then I let that absorb into my skin. And then I just went to work. I threw on some mascara and that was it. It was such a bummer. And my skin did really, really well. My husband even complimented me last night on our date night. He said my skin looked really plump and juicy and I looked younger. So that made me feel so, so good. Now with this NAD Plus Bio Lifting Seal Essence, so this is where you're gonna get your most concentration of the peptides and the actives that are in here. But this serum is supposed to help lift and define your facial contours and also like give you a snatched jaw. And from the videos that I watched on this, I watched 2 videos that were from people who weren't sponsored or paid, and I trust their opinion these days. Everybody's doing paid promotions in their channels, and it drives me crazy because I can't believe anything that they say anymore. Because the main focus now for people to have YouTube or Instagram or TikTok is to come out here and make money. Make money, make money, 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 money. And it drives me crazy. Some of my favorite YouTubers now, the only time that you see them on is for a paid video. They don't work outside of here, and this has become their full-time job. So I really don't trust those who do paid promotions all the time. Even the ones I used to trust, I don't trust them anymore. So that's just my thing. I know everybody needs to make money, but I view this as, you know, a hobby. Of course, I do have affiliated links, and I do have my codes that I use that are affiliated, and I do buy 99% of everything that you see here on the channel. I bought the Numbuzzin products. I did not buy the YSC, but everything that you guys pretty much see here, I buy. Anything that I make from here goes back into the channel. I don't make much because I am a small channel here. I'm lucky if I make $100 a month, and as you can see, I spend way more than $100 on everything that I show you here. Just recently, companies started reaching out to me to wanting to send me things, and I think maybe it's because I'm at a subscriber amount now that they want to work with me. I don't know. It just goes like this, okay? And I don't accept everything. that is offered to me. By the way, I have a ton of device companies that reach out to me, and I don't accept everything. So we're going to go into this serum. Now, this serum is a thick consistency. As you can see, it has like that snail mucin in it, but you don't really need very much. A little bit of this goes a long way. And when you put it on the skin, once you start working it in, it does not feel thick. It feels really good. This will instantly plump your skin and give you a juicy, bouncy glow. And I just put it all over just like I showed you, and I'm going to press it into the skin. Now we're layering this with a bunch of products, and depending on your sunscreen that you use and your moisturizer, this could possibly cause some peeling. But my thing with that is usually when you get peeling, it's because you're mixing water with silicones and they don't jive well, or you're not giving your products time to penetrate the skin in between the steps. That's why I like to press my products into my skin. And I like to wait 5 to 10 minutes before I apply my sunscreen after I apply my moisturizer. And I let my sunscreen penetrate my skin or set on my skin 15 minutes before I go in with anything else. And that's really important, guys, because if your sunscreen says, I have to keep bringing this up because I keep seeing people just applying makeup and other products over their sunscreen without it being on their skin. Look at your sunscreen instructions, and if it says that you have to wait, 10, 15, 20 minutes before you go outside, the same rules apply to anything else that you're going to put on top of your skin. The reason being is that's how long it's going to take for those filters to form on the skin and protect you from the sun. If you go on with anything else on top of the skin without waiting, you're going to disrupt those filters from forming, and then you're going to be left without any protection in the areas of disruption or even your whole face. Look at how good my skin is. I would say, like, if you have oily skin, normal to oily skin, you could forego moisturizer with this NAD plus Bio Lifting Seal Essence. Best thing about this serum is it feels good. It instantly plumps up the skin. It will firm it over time. The price, $24 for, how many ounces is this? It's $24 on Amazon, and it's 1.69 fluid ounces. And what I love the packaging. And one of the key things with the packaging is you have this line right here that's clear, so you could see how much you have left here in the bottle. Now, the Numbuzzin line, everything I've tried so far has been really, really wonderful. I've had a couple people comment that they love the Numbuzzin products, so we're going to explore this line in the future. There's a few active serums I want to look into. Now, they do have a sunscreen from the number 9 line. It's a chemical sunscreen. It has avobenzonone in it. I don't like that. And just so you know that the traditional Korean skin care sunscreens that we're used to having the Korean filters in them, they're banned here in the US. Same thing with the European filters. So just make sure if you're buying them on a Korean website that they have the Korean filters, because if not, then you're going to be getting the sunscreen that you loved before with the US filters in it, which we all know are outdated and they're not cosmetically elegant. I don't know why we can't get better sunscreen filters here in the US. We're so far behind. So I'm using the Prequel half and half over this, and I'm just pressing it into my skin. I love this too. This is such a gem for me. We'll see how it works for me in the winter time, I will definitely be repurchasing this. So, and while this is absorbing into my skin, I'm gonna just go over a couple of things. Like I said, this is going to be a long video. And for those of you who want to make comments about me, you know, always using new skincare, I am a YouTube channel. I test things for you guys, but I'm not always using new skincare. I do have my staples. You know, my staples that are truly working for me are my collagen products, my DNA repair enzymes, and I still love my Victoria DN Peptides, but it's time to like break away and try other things that are affordable. Victoria DN is a great line. It's beautiful, but it's very expensive, and I want to look into more affordable options for these actives in our skincare, because it seems like every time you turn around, everything's like $150, $200, $300, $400, and I'm getting tired of it. I want, you know, effective products that are work, but at a budget price. And with that said, as much as I love the Atour Definitive Lifting Mist, I've had a great time, you know, testing this out. I think it is beautiful. It is definitely worth it if you can get it on sale. I wouldn't pay full price for it. Works beautiful with LED light therapy. It gives you a beautiful glow. I do love this, but I was disappointed in this because one, it doesn't have the fragrance. I had issues with the pump of this bottle, so I had to switch the pump out from my old bottle to this. Also, I, you know, repurchased the Definitive Lip Treatment. I had issues with the pump of that, so I had to return it, or I had to exchange it for a new one, which is on its way here. And another thing too is the little retinols that I have one left from the Skin Beautiful RX gift with purchase for Black Friday. I got 2 of these where the pumps, there was no pump in here. I had to open it up and, you know, get the product out. And I don't want to do that. I want to, you know, keep it, you know, sealed, because when you keep opening it up, it's going to lose its effectiveness from it hitting air. So I'm just kind of disappointed with that, the packaging issues of those, because in the formulations, I will say the second bottle that I have, it doesn't feel like the first one. This one feels thinner. And like I said, I had issues with the pump. It doesn't have the fragrance in it. So that's very disappointing, because this is a very expensive luxury brand. And when you're paying that kind of money for skincare, you expect everything to, you know, be consistent, and things haven't been consistent with that line for me so far. And I'm glad I've only invested in what I did invest. I didn't invest in $400 serums from them, because that is just way out of my price range. And when you're paying that price, I cannot stress to you enough how important it is for everything down to the packaging to be consistent. So the NAD Plus Bio Lifting Seal Full Face Mask from Numbuzzin. When I first tried this the other night, it was really hard for me to see a difference in my skin here on the video, but when I was going back through the video, editing it, I keep knocking stuff over, and I apologize. This is just such a little small area for me to work in, and I have all my products stacked up here that I want to talk to you guys about. I didn't see the results at first, you know, looking here and being on camera and stuff, but when I was editing the video, I really noticed it. And then when I got off camera, I noticed it too. And my skin stayed like that for 24 hours, even like on Friday. My skin was so plump and juicy. And I just really, really enjoyed that mask. That mask is definitely a winner. All the products that I've tried so far, including this essence, with it being such a short amount of time, we will see today after I apply my makeup how well it does. But so far, from a first impression, I really love how this feels on the skin and the way it makes my skin look and feel. You know, I love the Glow toner. So everything's been a hit. So we will continue on here. Now, I did apply this. I am using the OneSkin body, and I'm using this on my arms all the way from back here around back in here and on my breasts to test it out. I'm not using it on my legs because this is such a small bottle, and I want to be able to use this, you know, in a area to where I can really notice the results and help this last longer. Now, I did pick up Color Wow's new Insta Wow Advanced Dry Shampoo. I picked this up yesterday at Sephora. Every day this week, I've been on a walk after lunch, and sometimes my coworker will go with me. And if it's too hot, we go to the mall and walk and do laps. And yesterday we went to the mall and did some laps. And I stopped in Sephora, which is, you know, very dangerous to have that across the street from me at work. But I picked this up to try it. Of course, I haven't tried it yet. I am smoothing out my hair today, so I will try this week and report back to you. And I think that's it for the updates. So now that everything's absorbed, my skin is not sticky. It feels really plump and juicy. It's just that I am extremely red. It's from that oxygen mask, and for me doing the vibration plate, all of the circulation is here in my face. So let's get started with my makeup. So I'm going to go in with my Neova Silk Sheer 2.0 sunscreen. This is going to be a really good test to see how hydrating everything is and to see if I have any issues, because I am down to the end of my bottle. And when I get to right about here in my Neova sunscreens, they tend to be a little bit drying on my skin because this is poor packaging for this, in my opinion. I think this needs to be shaked up, but it is what it is. It's still good. So I'm gonna go in with this and apply it to my skin. And the first thing I will start with while this is absorbing into my skin is I will start with my eyeshadow. And then after this has been on my skin for 15 minutes, I will start with I'll go in with the foundation. And I'm going to show you what we're going to use today, because I do have some new makeup that's not from Chantecaille. And we're going to apply with my Dior Canage palette in Silk Taupe, because that one I think is my favorite from them all. And it's going to go with the lip combo that we're going to do today because it's very neutral. So even though we have a really weird weather day today, it's been cloudy and misting all morning long. And by the way, it is 3:30 p.m. I gotta hurry up because my husband and I are gonna go out and have some fun. I'm still applying my sunscreen even though it is later in the day too, because the UV index is still at 7, even though it's pretty cloudy outside. Except for I do see the sun peeking through over here right now. That's the first sun I've seen all day. Okay, so my sunscreen applied really well over the skincare today. Now I'm going to take a close look at my face and see. Oh wow, skin looks really good, really plump and juicy. All right, I'm impressed. Okay, so what are we going to play with today for makeup? So I reached out to Soshi Beauty because I've been hearing great things about their lip liner and their blush from a bunch of content creators here. And so they sent me their lip liner, the Soft Glide lip pencil, and their Blurring Pillow blush. And I got the color Speakeasy in the blush. And then the lip liner, I can't see the name. What is it called? I think I can see it better on the pencil. Desert Rose. So we're going to test those out. Now from Chantecaille, I have their Lee Camouflage Stylo. This is their anti-fatigue correcting pen. I picked up the shade 3. Now this does have caffeine in it, by the way, but this is supposed to be a very nice, light, hydrating, brightening concealer. This isn't full coverage. It's very light coverage, which I have been really into these days. I love to use the Future Skin Gel Foundation underneath my eyes for concealer. It's perfect, except for it is pretty light coverage. So what I have been doing is I have been using the Sheer Glow Rose Tint underneath my eyes for brightening. And then sometimes I go in with the Cali Ray. This is new too. Their Hideaway Brightening Color Corrector, and I have the shade Radiant. I like this because this is a very thin formula and it's a bright pink. So this is really, really nice. I have been loving that. If you want something that's a little bit more heavy duty, that's where I would go in with the Huda Beauty color correctors. I have Cherry Blossom and Pink Pomelo, but these are just a little bit too much for the coverage that I'm going for. So I picked that up. I picked up their Sheer Glow Gold Face Tint, which we're going to use this today. And I have the bronze, and normally what I like to do with the bronze, sometimes when I don't have a lot of time to do my makeup, I'll just put this over my sunscreen and I'll put it all over my face, my neck, and my chest, put on some powder, and I'm good to go. This is beautiful. This is my favorite one. But lately what I have been doing is just putting this all over my neck and chest, because these all three give you a soft focus with some luminosity to the skin that's not too much. It doesn't make you look like a Tin Man. The one that has the most luminosity and is brightening is the Rose. If you have fair to light skin, this would be like your go-to for all over. But for those of us who are more in the light to medium plus skin tones, this, if you put it all over, it's going to be really brightening and can have that tendency to look like a Tin Man. But this under the eyes, or if like maybe your foundation is a little bit too dark, you could put this all over and it will help brighten that foundation. But I have been loving this underneath my eyes. Now for an all over one that's similar to the Rose, for those of us who have light medium skin tones and you know, darker, the gold is supposed to be really good. This one isn't as luminous. I am not going to put this under the Chantecaille Future Skin Cushion Foundation, but I am going to apply this on my neck and chest today to see how it looks, because this is going to be my first time using this. But I love the bronze one so much that I did order another one from the Derm Store sale. So there we go, because Derm Store had 25% off, so I took advantage of that. Great time to pick up things for Chantecaille. Now, as far as things go with trying other things from Chantecaille, I'm going to wait until Black Friday, because these products are very expensive, but they are gorgeous and I'm in love with them. But to pay full price is kind of tough too, because they're very, very pricey, but they're so good. Now with this Future Skin Cushion Foundation, I got the shade Vanilla. The shade range is not great. So this, you know, Chantecaille, they're very they're about philanthropy. And a lot of their products that they come out with, they donate to certain animal organizations, And with the Future Skin Cushion Foundation, when you purchase this from Chantecaille, that they donate 1 bottle of elephant formula to a special organization that takes care of orphan baby elephants. I can't read it right now, and I don't want to put on my glasses to let you know what the organization is, but you do get a refill in here as well. So it's not just one cushion foundation, you do get a refill. So from what I was reading on this, when you start getting down in your cushion and it starts, you know, getting dry, you can flip the cushion over, and when you take the cushion out, supposedly there's a bunch of product in here, but some, like I think Mandy Davis says that she flips this over like 2 to 3 times before this is completely done. So it's sealed. We're breaking off the seal. There's no fragrance to it. There is a slight rose fragrance to the Sheer Glow Bronze face tints. Also the Numb Buzzin' products, there's no fragrance in these, by the way, just a side note. But so you do not open this until you're ready to fully get rid of this. So this is refillable. And when I was looking on their website, they don't really offer, there's only 2 refills right now. So I don't know if this is going to be eventually discontinued or what. But this is the most expensive foundation that I own. Chantecaille is. So this is $95. This is $146. I got 30% off of it. So I fell in love with the Future Skin Gel Foundation. So I said, let's try all of their complexion foundations and see what ends up being my favorite. So we'll see. This one is supposed to have more coverage than the Future Skin Gel Foundation, and it's supposed to be more blurring on the skin. So we will test that out. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go in with my Haus Labs concealer because I love this as an eye primer. I'm not going to use the MAC paint pot because the Dior Canage eyeshadows don't work well with the MAC paint pot, but they do work really well with my Haus Labs concealer. So we're just going to prime my lids and I will powder them. And I went in with the BK Beauty A506 concealer brush. That's from the Angie Hot and Flashy collaboration. So I'm going to prep my lips with the Tilt Hydrating Lip Balm. So with this hydrating lip balm, it has their calming complex in it, which has colloidal oatmeal. I believe there's ceramides, there's hyaluronic acid, shea butter, and vitamin E. There's no peptides in this. Again, the concept of this brand is formulated for those with sensitive skin, calming ingredients. Also, the patented packaging for those who have issues with gripping things from losing strength in their hands or arthritis. So I like that as a lip prep. It is really nice. It hugs your lips very nicely, but honestly, it is just really a basic lip balm. So with their mascara, I do like this mascara. So with the mascara, it's a 12-hour wear mascara. It says it doesn't smudge. It lifts and curls the lashes. It has their calming complex, so it's great for sensitive eyes. It also has peptides in it to nourish your lashes and your lash line. So this mascara is all about healthy lashes. And the packaging is patented. It is refillable. You buy the refill tubes to put in here, a new brush, and the brush and the refill tube come together. It only comes in black. The wand is a pipe cleaner wand, and it is curved. And it's made shorter for those who have issues with gripping. It's easier for a shorter brush when you're, oh, I got some on my lashes too early. Dang it. So it's all about being ergonomically correct for those who have issues with their hands and gripping strength, arthritis, that sort of thing. That's the thing with this brand. So great for sensitive eyes, sensitive skin, and those who have problems with their hands. Gosh, I am kind of a weirdo today, aren't I? All right, so we're gonna go in with my Makeup by Mario Fair Light powder, or is it Fair Light? Fair Pink, to set my lids. And I'm just gonna take my BK Beauty Nikki LaRose N14. This is her multi-purpose brush. And I'm going to take that powder, work it into my palm, and just lightly dust it over my lids. so I don't get any creasing with my eyeshadow. And with these Dior Canage eyeshadow palettes, they are limited edition. I'm not for sure if you can get Silk Taupe anymore, but there are a few retailers that sell these still, and they're available. I think Nordstrom's has a couple and Dior has a couple left. But Silk Taupe I have not played with here on the channel, and I love it when I just want a very neutral eye look like today. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with this. And with this, like I said, you don't need an eyeshadow primer. I just put something on to even out the color of my lids, which reminds me is I'm gonna go in now with my Chantecaille Sheer Glow Rose Tint. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this out on a spatula and a very little bit of this underneath my eyes, not too much. And I am going to use this underneath my eyes to give them some brightness and a little bit of extra hydration. Now these are a gel cream. They're very, very light. And that rose scent is pretty strong. So if you don't like the scent of rose, you won't like this. But Chantecaille is all about formulating healthy products for your skin. Most of them are fragrance free, except for these do have some fragrance in them, just so you know. It doesn't bother me. I like it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into this palette. I'm gonna go into this taupey shade here, which is like a gray taupe. And I'm going to take my, I thought I pulled out all my brushes. So I'm gonna take, not that one. I'm gonna take my Rephr 15 mini brush. I love this Rephr mini collection. It's really, really good for those of you that have hooded eyes. So you can kind of see this color on the brush here. It's very, very light. It won't even really show up on me, but I'm just using it as a base shadow in my crease. Now with these Dior Canage palettes, they are so beautiful for mature eyes. The formula, the shimmers. At first, when you put them on, it may seem like, you know, they enhance texture, but just give them like about 10 minutes and they smooth out the texture of your lids. And these last all day long. They stay gorgeous all day long. They're so beautiful. And I was hoping that with their latest release that they came out with the Miss Dior, that they would carry over this formula. And unfortunately, they didn't. So I didn't pick up anything from the Miss Dior collection. I really wanted that shocking pink palette. But since they're not anything special like these limited edition ones with the formulation, I held back because they did raise the price. They raised the price of these too. So these were $71 and I think they raised them to $75. And then the Miss Dior collection that they just released, they're $85. That's too much. And they do come with a canvas little pouch. And I think paying $10 for that pouch is just absolutely ridiculous. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Rephr Mini 01 and we're going to go into this sort of like, it's like a taupe satin shade right here in the middle. And I'm going to put this on the outer corner of my mobile lid and up into my crease and contour on the outer area. So here we go. This is a beautiful shade. And it is a satin, so there is a slight shimmer to it. And I'm gonna have to really blend that out. So these are very easy to work with and very blendable. Pigmented too, by the way. And I'm gonna use that taupe shade to blend this out as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with that Refer 15 Mini and go back into that first shade we used, which was that taupe shade, and that shade is matte, and I'm going to use that to soften and blend out that satin taupe shade. I like this shade to soften the edges and use it as a blending shade for my skin tone. If you're fair or light, this taupe shade would show up on you. Okay, so next we're gonna go into this pink satin shade, which is so gorgeous. And I'm gonna go in with my other Refer Mini brush. So this is a Refer Mini 02. It's a flat tip eyeshadow brush, and this one has, it's smaller and it's great for getting in on the eyelid, especially if you have smaller lids. So that is that shade. That is what the satin taupe look like. Now I may have gotten too much of this. That's another thing with these eyeshadows, you don't need to tap them off because there's no fallout. This formula is just absolutely gorgeous. This formula in these palettes and in the Prada palettes are my favorite eyeshadow palettes. So as you guys know, I do have a bunch of Viseart palettes, and when I was using them here at the beginning of the summer on the warm days, I was having a reaction in them because they have calcium sodium bicarbonate in it. And when I would get hot on my face from the warm weather, it would cause some burning and itching on my eyelids. So I haven't been able to use those all summer. And I have a few new palettes from that line that I'm thinking about giving away that I haven't used. So I'm thinking about doing a giveaway with some skincare and makeup, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so there's that pink shade. So next we're gonna go into this matte rich brown, and this is a pinky brown. And I'm going to use this as a liner, so I'm gonna go in with my Refer 23 brush and grab some of this. This brown is so pretty. Sometimes I will put it out here on the outer corner if I want more of a, a glam look, but that's what it looks like on my brush. And I'm just gonna line the upper lash line on the outer corner and all the way under my lower lash line with this. This brown is so pretty. Like I said, it's a pinky, it's like, it has a pink, it's a pinky brown. There's some pink in here. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long video. I might not be able to post this video. This is what I have time for today, is to get ready with me. Okay, so there's that. Okay, let me look at a different mirror here. See how we're looking. Everything looks really, really good. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into that Refer 01 that we used for the center shade with that satin taupey shade, and I'm just going to intensify it here on the outer corner of my mobile lid. Now I'm gonna go in with my Refer 21, and I'm gonna grab this sort of cream pearl shade. This is a really shimmery shade. It's sort of like a cream with a hint of pink in it. And I'm going to just apply this to the center of my mobile lid for a little pop of color here. Now, if you want this to be a little bit, if you want it to be intense, it would be better to apply with your finger or wet the brush, but I like it just like this. And then I'm going to go in with that rougher Mini 01 and mesh the two together. And I'm going to go in with the Mini 02 that I had the pink on and mesh the two together. All right, so that is it for the eyes for right now. Now, it's been 15 minutes since I applied my SPF, so I'm going to go in with the Sheer Glow Gold. Here's what it looks like. I'm going to grab my spatula, and we're going to apply this on my neck and my chest. And just so you guys know, a little bit of this goes a long way. So let's see what this looks like on my neck and my chest. I haven't, yesterday I took a little bit of this out, or last night, and I applied it on my hand. And it seemed like a very light formula. Like it wasn't so overly shimmery like the rose one is. Oh, I love this. Feels so good. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Wow. It really gave my neck a really nice soft focus look. I love this one. This one's gonna be my go-to for all over my face instead of the rose. That's gorgeous. So beautiful on the neck and chest. Just gives that skin a really beautiful soft focus. Now I have to do a look with this all over the face with foundation. We can even create a look with just using all three of these too. I should do a video on all the different ways that you can use that. I should definitely do that. All right, so now let's go ahead and start applying this cushion foundation. So they say to use it with a beauty sponge or use the sponge that's in there. So first, let's try it with the sponge that it comes with. And then I have my damp beauty blender here. I have my clean hand towel that I am just absorbing the water out. So let's try it with the sponge first that it comes with, and then if we need to, we'll go ahead and use the damp beauty sponge. So let's try this. I've used a cushion sunscreen that was tinted before, but I've never used a cushion foundation, so I'm very excited for this. So I got some product, and let's start applying this. So I'll start here on my nose. Oh, wow. Yeah, you get a lot of product there. And you're supposed to like press these into the skin. Seems like it's kind of removing it from my skin too. Okay, I'm gonna go in for another press, and I'm just doing one press. Let's try it here on my chin. Oh, okay, now I can start to see this on my skin. Sorry, I'm covering it up. I'll do half my face with the sponge that it came with, and then we'll do the other half. I'm going in for another small bit on the tip to go in with my forehead. So I'm going to do half my face with this, and then I'm going to do the other half with a damp beauty blender. Okay, so I don't like this application. It's not elegant. So I'm going to go in with my damp beauty blender. Grab some of the foundation on there. Let's try this. Oh, I think this is going to be better. Much better than that sponge. Oh yeah, this blends it in better on the skin. for another press. Go on my forehead. This is much faster too, by the way. Yeah, Mandy Davis is right. It's better to use it with a beauty sponge versus the sponge that it comes with. It looks better too. You see, this is the side that I used with the sponge applicator that it came with, and then this is the side with the beauty blender. Looks so much better. So I'm just gonna go over this with my damp beauty blender. Using it with the damp beauty blender, it's more blurring and it looks more like my skin versus it just sitting on top of my skin. It's easier to apply. When you use that sponge, it's a little bit difficult to apply. So now I'm just gonna go in and get a little bit more. And I'm just going to not really build, but get it on some of the areas that I missed. Go a little bit more around my nose. One thing that I love about the Future Skin Gel Foundation is I don't have to use any concealer around my nose. It really adheres to my nose. Really, really beautiful. Okay, let's take a little bit of this and take it down to my neck. So cushion foundations are best when you press them into the skin versus wiping them. So let me just take what's left on this because I don't want to waste this product. It's too expensive. And then just kind of take it down my neck a little bit. Okay, so as a first impression, this is really, really pretty. It seems to be blurring on the skin as well. And this is really, you know, ideal for traveling versus the Chantecaille Future Skin Gel Foundation since it comes in a jar. This is much, you know, easier to travel with and it won't, you know, get broken because this isn't glass, this is plastic, that sort of thing. I'm losing my mind, I think. I really am. I feel weird again today. Wow, this just looks so beautiful. It is blurring. It is slightly more blurring than the Chantecaille the Future Skin Gel Foundation. Now, I have a 20 times mirror. Let me look at it. Wow. This is undetectable on the skin too. Except for right here where my fine lines are, I need to blend it in a little bit more. Wow. This is gorgeous. As a first impression, it's gorgeous too. It's really, really pretty. And I'm in the shade Vanilla, which I think is a perfect match. Now, if I was tan, I would probably need the shade Nude, but how I would mitigate that is I would use the Sheer Glow Bronze tint underneath this. But it looks beautiful on the skin. It's absolutely stunning. Wow. Okay, let me take a look at my eyeshadow here. I gotta fix my liner right here. All right, now let's apply their Lee Camouflage Stilo Anti-Fatigue Concealer underneath my eyes. So I did prime it and get some of this up here. I'm gonna click it. This is a click pen. That often scares me, and you have a brush tip. So I'm just going to put this, oops, I guess I didn't prime it enough. Okay, maybe too much. So I'm just going to put this underneath my eyes, and we're gonna use this to brighten and conceal. And I'm gonna use my Nikki LaRose from BK Beauty N16 brush and try this out. This is pretty light coverage. Pretty light with it, without. I'm gonna see if I can build it up a little bit, especially right here. It's really hydrating. And it looks pretty smoothing too. Okay, let me clean up my eyeshadow over here. Okay, what do you guys think? I have the shade 3, which is light, medium, neutral. At first, I thought this might be too dark for me, but it looks like it's a perfect match. There's not a lot of choices for the shades. This definitely needs more shades. They need to expand the shade range on these. So it's not great. It's really hard to find what might be the best shade for you. All right, let me use a little bit more. This is my bad eye, the one where I generally like a little bit more coverage for a concealer. So I wonder if Chantecaille is going to come out with a new bronzer or not. I wonder what their plans are on that. Okay. So using the Future Skin Gel Foundation, I do get a little bit more coverage underneath my eyes versus this. This is really just very, very light, but it really looks smooth underneath my eyes. Not as much coverage as I would typically like, but it is doable. But again, we'll see how it wears for the rest of the day and everything, and I'll report back to you guys. So we'll test this out and see. As a first impression, I think it looks beautiful on the skin. It's really, really hydrating. It's brightening and it's a very light coverage and it looks pretty smooth. Now let me look at my 20 times mirror to see what it looks like. See if I can see any creasing. Nope, it looks pretty dang smooth under the eyes. So, wow. Okay, yeah, that's beautiful. It looks really, really good. If you don't need a lot of coverage, that is really, really pretty. All right, so let me just go around and do a final patting, and I am going to go off camera. I'm going to do my contour. I'm going to powder, and we will come back for mascara and blush, okay? So I'm trying to reduce time as we're already over an hour. So see you in a few. Okay, everybody, so I've contoured, powdered, and bronzed and did my eyebrows. For contour, I just used the Dior contour stick in medium. Bronzer, the Dior Jumbo Bronzer in the shade 30. My powder, I used the Guerlain translucent powder. And then for my brows, I'm using the Sephora Volumizing Brow Gel in 1.5. So let's go into mascara. We're gonna use the Tilt mascara, and this only comes in one color, which is black. This is gonna be a good test for this mascara too, because the Dior shadows do have oils in them, just like my Prada. I wore this mascara yesterday and I didn't have any smudging on my eyes without any powder or eyeshadow. Now when I wore my eyeshadow the other day, I wore the Prada eyeshadows, I did get a little smudging up here where my tips rubbed on my lashes. So this lifts and curls the lashes. Now for me, I would prefer this wand to be longer because this right here is so longer and it is a little bit tough for me to get in the corners of my eyes on the outside with the full brush. But some people really like a shorter mascara wand. So let's do the other one. So this, you know, the formula is really pretty. It is volumizing. It's not va-va-voom volumizing. It's a little bit lengthening, but it gives you more of a natural lash with a little zhuzh. I guess is what I like to say. Now this is the mascara I've been wearing all week. So it's been open for a week. And yeah, I get a little bit of smudging in it, but not as much as what I would with like the Dior Over Volume mascara. That one, it smudges like heck on me. And I get it down here below on my lower lashes. I am running behind. I don't even know if this video is going to go up because I'm kind of just like all over the place. So that's the mascara. See, it's really pretty. I really like this mascara. I really, really like it a lot. So that's actually, I think, going to be a repurchase in the future, but we will see, and I will keep you posted. Okay, now let's do blush. Okay, so for my blush, we're going to use the Sochi Blurring Pillow Blush. So this blush is refillable, by the way. I have the shade Speakeasy. Here it is. It looks very scary. This is a very pigmented blush, and it's sort of like a cream to powder. It's that cushiony, bouncy formula. I guess the blush you could compare this to is the Rare Beauty. But this pops up in the container. You can press the bottom. There's a hole right here, and then you could buy refills for this blush, it looks like. So it comes out just like that, which is pretty cool. Love that they thought about that, and they included a mirror in here. So everybody's been saying great things about this blush, so let's try it. So I'm going to go in with my BK Beauty Nikki LaRose N15, and I'm just going to get a little bit on the brush by tapping it. Go on my hand first, and then let's apply this. So since this color is pretty pigmented, I'm just doing a light application, and we can build it up instead of going full on in. What a pretty color. I'm so happy I chose this color. It's sort of like, what is this? It's kind of like a mauve berry shade. I think that this is going to be really pretty for the fall and winter. It kind of gives me that kind of really pretty, more of that rosiness to my cheeks, like I've been outside in the cold weather. So the formula, it is blurring. It's really, really pretty so far. Now, I just swatched this on my hand when it arrived to see how it would come, and I noticed that it was pretty pigmented when I swatched it, and I was like, oh, I better go in easy with this. Now, my skin is reactive to touch, so when I do my blush, I do tapping motions, so my cheeks get red really easily. So I'm just gonna let that calm down, and I'm gonna go do my hair, and then I'll be back for lips. So see you in a sec. Okay, everybody, so I just finished up with my hair, and I did it super fast because I am running behind. Like, my husband's gonna be here in 5 minutes, and he has to shower and everything. So I ran out of time with filming this Get Ready with me because, you know, we did skincare, makeup, and I'm talking a lot about the products and everything. A lot of stopping and starting, which makes this, you know, a very long video and a long time for me to, you know, get ready and put on my makeup. It doesn't normally take me this long in real life, but since we're talking and I'm demonstrating, it just takes a very long time. So I am going to touch up my eyeshadow. I'm going to take some more of this pearlescent shade, shimmer shade, and pop that right here in the center again. And then today I'm just going to use it to slightly highlight my inner corner with what's left over on the brush, because this can be pretty bright. And I don't like to draw too much attention in there in the inner part, especially since I haven't been working my fascia. My lymph needs to be focused on on around my eyes because they're so puffy from all the fascia adhesions I have there. So the blush I think is pretty how it is. I'm not going to add any more. I'm not even going to add any highlighter to my face because I feel like I have such a beautiful glow all over from my skincare and my foundation that I don't need any additional highlighter. So let's go in with the Sochi lip liner. So this is Soft Glide Lip Pencil in Desert Rose, I believe it is again. Desert Rose. Desert Rose. So it's really, really pretty. Here it is, kind of like a pinky nude. So I'm gonna line my lips with this. And I'm just gonna go in with the Dior Addict Lip Butter in Glazed Lavender, because that's the one that I have in here in the bathroom. My glazed pink is in my purse. And since I'm wearing neutral makeup, it'll be really, really nice. This is a pretty color. Now let's see this. So I don't know how long it will last, but it did. It's not like those Merit lip liners or the Westman Ateliers where they have no staying power. This seems like it does have some staying power. I just needed to leave it on my hand a little bit longer to let it set. Let's go in with the Dior Glazed Lavender Lip Butter. And I love this color, it's so pretty. Those lavender sparkles. I will definitely be repurchasing this and the pink one when I'm done with them because I love them so much. They're so pretty, just for a nice simple lip look with a lip liner. So, okay, so that is it for this makeup look. So I'm gonna go to dinner with my husband and then I'm gonna come back and close out this video. We'll talk about all these products and that way I have some wear time with the skincare and the foundation so we can see how this looks on my skin in a couple of hours. See if I'll need to retouch it or anything. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna powder it or anything. I will come back fresh after dinner and show you everything and I'll see you in a bit. Aloha everyone, and I'm back for a check-in and to go over these products. So we had an unusual day here where I live in California. Today in my area, which never happens, our humidity is 86%. And I definitely feel it. I'm surprised that when I went out to dinner, my hair didn't get as frizzy, but I used the Color Wow Dreaming hair mask today in my hair, and it really did a great job at keeping my hair, you know, really still nice and frizz free, but I have like a little bit more volume than what I usually do, but it's not frizzy. But with the makeup and the skincare that I applied today, I was a little bit worried because of how much humidity that we have here today, especially since I applied so many hydrating ingredients. Now, my skin thrives really well in a humid environment. It does not thrive well where I currently live, which is a very dry environment, which I grew up in the Bay Area. I was born in the Bay Area, but I was born in San Jose, California. It's a little bit different where I live. I live in the East Bay on the outer skirts in a valley, and it's very dry, hot, and very dry and hot here. But today we have 86% humidity, and as I mentioned earlier in this video, that the weather was a little bit weird today. Everything held up really well. I don't feel like my skin is overly dewy, and the makeup still looks great. Now, let's talk about the foundation. So this Future Skin Cushion Foundation, I do love it. I think it is beautiful. This is great when you want a quick application. This will give you straight up light to medium coverage right off the bat, and you can build it up to medium coverage I do love it. Do I think it's worth $146? No, but it is beautiful. The Chantecaille complexion products, their face, their sheer glow tints, the tinted moisturizer, and their foundations are absolutely gorgeous. The Chantecaille Future Skin Gel Foundation still is my favorite. This isn't a quick and easy product like this. Also, it is a light coverage that can be built up to a light to medium coverage. You can even put this as a sheer coverage, just depending on how you apply it. But this is beautiful, and I'm so happy that I picked it up because this is a great option for traveling or when I want a quick application. And yes, I think I'm crazy because of how much I paid for this, but I freaking love it. It makes me happy and it makes me feel good. And I think my skin looks absolutely beautiful. My husband even commented on my skin tonight. He said it looked great. And of course, it's not just the foundation. It's everything that we used before this. So beautiful. I love it. If you want something that's straight off, easy to apply, light to medium coverage, then try the Future Skin Cushion Foundation if you can find the right shade. And I'm kind of iffy about recommending this because, like I said, I don't see that the refills have been replenished. So I don't know if this will eventually be discontinued, but I'm very glad I got to try it and I do love it. But this is still my favorite foundation. And what I love about these is that they're not fragrance. It's a luxury brand, but they're not fragrance. I'm tired of the fragrance in foundations and concealers, especially when I'm very sensitive to that during allergy season. And I am a little bit sensitive to that right now. And we've had a wildfire burning by my house for a couple days now. And my eyes are just so sensitive that I could barely tolerate any scented products. And even my Guerlain powder, which is fragrance, but I don't find it to be that strong. Some people say it's strong, but I don't find it to be. But I love this powder. I think it's beautiful. Now, the Sheer Glow Gold Tint. This is beautiful. I love what it did for my neck and my chest. I think it's gorgeous. I can't wait to try this all over my face. It's such a love along with the other two. Now, for their concealer, I think it did such a great job. It still looks pretty good. This is a light coverage concealer, so if you're someone who likes something that is more light to medium or full coverage, this isn't for you. This is just a very light concealer just to add some hydration and brightness to the areas. But if you need something that is more fuller coverage, this is just not it, and it's very expensive. And I actually prefer my Future Skin foundation more so for my concealer with a brightener under it than this, but it is very, very lovely. I wanted to try it. That's why I purchased it. Now for the Sochi products, we're talking about makeup first. I love this lip liner. It did last on me for a while. I did reapply it, and this time when I reapplied it with the Dior pink or glazed pink lip butter, which I love it. I love it too. Beautiful lip liner. I want to look into more colors of this. Same thing with the blush. I think the blush is so beautiful. Such a beautiful color, a beautiful formulation. I love the application. It's, you know, pillowy soft. It's kind of like a cream to powder, super gorgeous. I love that the package is refillable. I will definitely pick up another color of one of these to test out, just like the lip liner. So this, I would definitely say it's worth the hype that it's been getting online. And so with the lip liner, beautiful products. Now, you guys know I love my Dior Canage eye palette. Let's talk about the skincare. My skin looks so plump and juicy. Love, love, love. I really like this YSC Morning Cocktail Vitamin C Serum. My skin is not irritated. It's just like really great. This is what I was looking for a THD vitamin C. It's something that was more like an emulsion versus it being an oil. So far, as a first impression, applying, you know, all over my skin and using it, you know, for a little bit. First impression, I think this is going to be a winner for me. And we will see, because this is $85. And when we look at Korean skincare, the vitamin C serums are a lot cheaper. So I'm going to research Korean skincare and see if I can find a cheaper vitamin C. This right here, the NAD Plus Bio Lifting Sil Essence from Numbuzin. This is another winner. This is great. How I did my skincare today, I really love. And I did not put on the Photozyme, which, you know, I'm going to be testing out. Like I said, you know, today was like a fun video that we could just play, and that's what we did today. And that's sometimes what I like to do. And I know you guys do that at home too. So today we played. Loved using this in my Lemieux O2 oxygen infuser. So for those of you who have this and aren't currently using it, this goes great in here. You can use the Anua 70 Plus Glowy rice milk toner in here. It's the perfect consistency. I would say the tier is too much. So the consistency of this and the Anua is perfect for this. It's not too thick, where the Haru Haru Wonder probiotic black rice fermented essence is going to be too thick for this, but definitely love that experience, and I'm going to incorporate that. Now, let's talk about the Tilt Beauty products. So for the Tilt Beauty, I love the mascara. I think it looks gorgeous, and so far, after 4 hours of wear, it has not smudged on me whatsoever. So this is a great go-to mascara if you like that natural look, and it does lift and curl your lashes a little bit. I don't curl my lashes. I just don't want to be bothered with it. Yes. You know, I've come to this point in my life where I don't like to be bothered with a lot of things. I blame it on perimenopause. I'm just so impatient. I don't have the patience. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. So I like quick things, and that's why I like products that have, you know, that are multifunctional, so I don't have to, you know, have 20 steps to my skincare routine. Where my patience is, and sometimes that's a little bit thin, is I love applying my makeup now. I love that. Sometimes, you know, I get impatient with doing my hair now because, you know, it just takes a long time. I have a lot of hair, and I don't even go in and be creative and do curls. I just want to use my blow dry brush when I do my smoothing out, and I don't even do curls anymore. I just don't have the patience or the time to do that. And the time meaning that it takes too long to do. I just don't have the patience. I hope that makes sense. But I love this mascara. This is a winner for me. I've tested it out all week, and it's been doing great. The only thing I don't like for myself, which a lot of you might like if you have, you know, issues with your hands and everything, is I don't like the short wand. I prefer it to be a little bit longer, but great mascara. Totally love that. The lip balm, I will try it in the color that they sent me so I can give you more feedback on it. But as the clear one, it really is just a basic lip balm that, you know, hydrates and moisturizes. That's it. It's a great like lip prep to quickly hydrate and moisturize your lips. And that's about it for me. Case concept is nice, but I would like to see something more from the lip formula, especially at the price point. I mean, I think it's like $26, but I want to see more. So great concept, great brand. Would love to see what they come up with more from that brand. Stars of the show from today's video is Numbuzin products, especially this essence. Beautiful. I love the way it fit into my skincare routine. I will be continuing to play with this. The Future Skin foundation and the Sheer Glow Gold Face Tint. Oh, and the Soshi Blush and Lip Liner are all stars of the show today. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I will keep you posted on all these products and the Color Wow new dry shampoo. I'm super excited for this, and I will see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.